Viewer discretion is advised. Your fave will be criticized.
That's Jan.
That's Chris.
Welcome to CCTV, the nonstop pop show.
Yeah. Today we are celebrating the 5th anniversary of eFX album, 4 Walls. eFX was a girl group formed by SM Entertainment, and it was made up of members from South Korea, China, and America. Their group name, F and æks, stands for flower and the X chromosome of women. But the X was also a variable with an unknown value. It was their X factor. The group debuted in September 2009 and had massive success with their quirky electro-pop sound. The group was very experimental and also had an androgynous member, so that also made them really unique. The last released music came in 2016, and the members have since moved on from SM Entertainment and now are focused on their solo activities. Unfortunately, about a year ago, they did lose a former member, Sulli, so this episode is semi-dedicated to her and also dedicated to the memory of eFX being probably one of the best groups in K-pop.
Yes.
Yeah. So, how did you get into eFX?
Yeah, so I went to SM Town's concert in New York back in 2011. And that was my first exposure to eFX. I didn't really know who they were. But they opened the show and immediately, I think with La Chata, and I was already like, this song is good.
Yes.
And then they did Pinocchio later on. I was sold, and like very quickly, they fast became my favorite K-pop girl group, I think.
I don't blame you at all.
Yeah.
I don't blame you.
How about you?
Around 2009, I was watching like a K-pop highlight reel, and I saw a group, and I thought there was a little boy in the group, and I was like, oh my gosh, there's a boy, it's a co-ed group. So I was really excited about the group, and I looked into it, and I found out that the boy was actually Amber. So for a while, she was my favorite until it like changed into Victoria because she was like really flexible and she was really pretty. But then I saw Luna at SM Town, like doing like a pop section during a dance, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is the one. She's been my fave ever since, and I actually have only seen them once during KCON in 2013, so very limited engagement with the fans. That's another thing about eFX. They never got a concert until how many years after they debut, right? So
dang.
SM, come on, man.
But yeah, so this album, 4 Walls, was their last Korean album release back in 2015, and also their only album without Sulli as a 4-member girl group.
Yeah.
So yeah, you ready to go track by track?
Yes, let's do it. So track by track, we are going to listen and critique the songs based off the lyrics, the production, the vocals. And if the song has a video, we're definitely going to talk about that too.
So the first track on the album is 4 Walls, the title track. This is a dreamy, deep house track and was the lead single from the album.
Yes, I love this song.
This is one of my top played songs on Spotify ever, I think. Yeah, it always gets up there. Even through the years, it's still on my top played list.
Oh, wow. Iconic, iconic. This song is so good. Like, I remember being really impressed with it, and I wanted to know who wrote the song, and I looked into it, and Adrian McKinnon actually wrote the song, and he's done a lot of work for SM, right? But when I first heard the demo for the song, I laughed hysterically because it's about the friend zone. Like, these 4 walls got me.
Yes, and sung by a man too.
Yes. Why is it sung by a man, Chris?
Well, it was originally submitted for Shiny, and View by Shiny was submitted for eFX. Yes. So they eventually switched those two, which is interesting.
Very interesting. Can you imagine?
I would love to hear Shiny do 4 Walls.
Oh,
how awesome would that be? Oh, man. But yeah, anyway, this song is perfect. Like, it's slick. The production's super ethereal, and like the build is so good. They sound amazing.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes.
Perfect pop song.
Honestly, yeah. When I heard it, I was like, whoa, because it was so different for the time. Like, I mean, everyone else was doing like these brighter songs. Everything had action and movement, and like this song was just so subtle, but it was powerful in its own way. It's very slinky. There hasn't been a song like this in years, in my opinion. I mean, I'm not even sure there ever will be something like this that was just effortless. I mean, Naughty came kind of
Yes.
close for me in the sense where it came in, it was very chill, you know, like, oh yeah, this is like, oh, it's the closest thing that's ever, you know, been kind of similar to FX in the kind of feel, but nothing has ever come out that I've been like, wow. Like, no, I don't think any K-pop group would ever take the risk of something this subtle, this chill even.
Yes. And like even the production, every time I listen to the song,
Yeah.
I would hear something a little different in it. Like there's so many different layers of harmonies and like whispers and like little effects that kind of come in and out. Oh, so good.
I was so good.
Yeah. What do you think of the video?
The video was strange for me. Okay. Like when I first saw it, I was actually kind of surprised that this video was able to hold my attention without choreography.
Yeah. I actually loved that they didn't have a dance routine in it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is so refreshing. When was the last time you saw a K-pop girl group video where there was no dance routine? Like that was a risky choice.
Yes.
Which I think paid off. But the dance routine is very, very good.
I mean, they changed it. Can you imagine 4 walls? But this right here,
yes,
was fine. But then they got into the actual like the voguing of it. I was like, honey, this is where it's at. This is where it's at. Like, oh, again, it was one of those things where it's like, no one else is doing this. No one else is going to do it, and no one has done it since. FX has always been good at choreography, but this Kyle Hanagami piece was one of those like, wow, this is serious. Like this routine, I think could hold up even now with like today's standards. It was intricate. There's angles. It's gorgeous, super gorgeous. The performance actually, the wardrobe inspired me to add like blouses and like bell bottoms to my wardrobe. Yeah. Can I just tell you though, there's a part of the song that I was like, I know it's like really out of like left field, but there's a part of the song that I wanted to mention. At the end of the bridge, Krystal goes, "Love." It used to kill me. It used to kill me. But now I actually like it. So I love this song. So
yeah. Yes. All right. So what's your rating?
Give it a 10 because I love it.
Me too. If I could give it an 11, I would. But yes, it's a 10.
Perfect song. The second track on the album is Glitter, 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 Glitter. It was composed by Swedish K-pop writers Andreas Oberg and Maria Marcus, who are frequent SM collaborators. The song is a bright, minimalistic track about the brilliance of love. So yeah, what were your thoughts on this track?
I like it. Like the beginning made me think of video games, like the verse, the backing track under the verses.
Yeah, very cute.
Yeah. But I really like the chorus. I think the melody is really cute. I don't love the end of the chorus when it all just kind of goes glitter. Like it just it throws me off, I think, from the rest of the song.
It's almost like it's like a really weird ending for it, but I kind of like it. I don't know why, but
because it's just like a little weird.
Yeah.
Which is what they do.
Yes, and the little sparkle. Ding, 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 ding. So yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But again, I've noticed throughout this whole album, the vocal production is so good. There's so many subtle harmonies and backing vocals through it. Like they really thought that out. And so yeah, they did a great job.
Yeah, at the end in the bridge, I like the vibe that it has. It gives me a little bit campfire like sing along, but not in a cheesy way. It's more like na 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 na. It gets very like head boppy and hand clapping. I like it. It's very cute. Honestly, they're like the mixed voice queens. Like everything about what they did on this song was just like, oh, it's just
yes, they all sound great.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what do you rank this one?
I give this one an 8.
Yeah, I'll actually match you. I don't have any like strong feelings about it, but I don't have any strong negative feelings about it either. So yeah, I like this one.
Agreed.
Yeah.
So the third track on the album is Deja Vu. This was written by a lot of frequent SM collaborators like Ryan, Jhun, and Adam Capiche. Hope I'm saying that right. But yeah, this is a very cute and experimental song about the crazy way love makes you feel. Yeah, the song is just like quintessential FX, I think.
For sure.
It's like it's cute, but then like kind of strange, and like every part is a hook. Like from the verses
Yes.
to the chorus to the post-chorus, and like it just sounds like a jumble all put together, but it's like interesting and good at the same
Very
time. Yeah.
earwormy in every section. You're right. I agree. The song is very video game-esque, and I love the
Yes.
industrial glitch pop situation. I like it. I
Mm.
do like it. I'm not in love with like the lyrics around Amber's part. They're a little awkward, but I just think
Mhm.
sometimes her raps in general kind of come across as like cheeseball. Sorry,
Mhm.
not sorry.
Yeah.
But there is a part in the chorus that reminds me of Russian roulette. Yeah, there's
Oh.
uh yeah, something about, there's a sound in the chorus that just gave me like,
Yes,
oh
yes,
my
yes.
gosh, it really just blows my mind. There's another song in this album that actually reminds me of another SM group, but when we get there I'll mention it then. And
Yeah,
the
yeah.
tagline is lazy to me, honestly. Like the song is good, but the tagline that ooh 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 is like a deja vu, it's just
Mm.
a little lazy for me. I don't care for it, but otherwise than that, I do like the song. Yeah.
Yeah. And again, shout out to the vocal production. I'm probably gonna do this for every song, but again, there's some cool stuff going on with their vocals
Yeah.
in this song.
Yes.
Like even and like the chanting and stuff, it's done in a way that still sounds kind of effortless.
Mm-hmm.
It's yeah, they did a really good job with all of that
Yeah.
for this one again.
Yes. It's thick
Yeah.
without sounding heavy. Like I
Mhm.
really do wish more groups would follow this kind of way. Like you can have so many different layers. You can have 4 different voices, 5 different voices on a track and not make it sound like an accident. Like someone didn't mix everyone's
Yes.
voice as well. This is a prime example of how you can do that effortlessly. So, how do
Mm,
you rank this song?
I give this one an 8.
I give it an 8.5 actually. Yeah, I give it
Okay.
8.5. I would have given it a 9, but that I was over it. And Amber's rap. Yeah, no, sorry. No, sorry. All right.
Mhm.
Fourth track on the album is ʻɛks. ʻɛks. This song was
X.
produced by a lot of people, but notable arrangers and producers are Jam Factory and Ryan Jhun, who have created a lot of great tracks. This is a funky song about the pure chemistry between two people. How did you like this song?
This song is okay. I think the
Yeah.
production is interesting.
Mhm.
There's like a couple little low synths that kind of run all the way through it, which I think are cool. But yeah, the
Yeah.
chorus is kind of nah for me. Like it doesn't really go anywhere.
I agree. Oh man, I mean, I love the brass, the little.
Mhm.
It's not the exact sound, but I
Right.
love it. This song was 80s funk with the 90s disco. Like it was very interesting to listen to. It was very
Hmm.
intriguing. And I agree with you that chemical ace lazy, boring. Snooze. I mean, you're talking about how someone makes you feel. You're feeling this chemical reaction. They're making
Hmm.
our fingers touch. That's it? That's the
Yeah.
only sound that comes out. Oh my gosh. And it's like
Yeah.
all these producers, and the
Hmm.
structure doesn't change at all until we get to the bridge. Like, very bare. It was very bare.
Yeah. But shout out for the bridge because Luna sounds
Okay,
great.
good.
I love her voice in this. Like,
Yeah,
she is just such an underrated K-pop vocalist. I think
for
people tend to
sure.
forget about her,
Yeah, for
but
sure.
she is amazing.
I know I agree with you, honestly. Like, that run at the end of the bridge. Oh my God. I'd give her
Yes.
my lung. I'd give her my lung if she'd sing forever. She's too good. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
But even with all that being said, she wasn't enough to save the song for me. So I gave it a 7.
I give it a
Sorry.
7 too. I mean, that's not the
Yeah,
worst. It just was filler album track.
for sure. At the halfway point of this album is this amazing track called Rude Love. It is produced by a bunch of people, but the most notable, London Noise, a frequent SM collaborator. This is an EDM dance pop about wanting your lover to be less than a gentleman. Use a cracked gap to sweep you like an earthquake. With lyrics like that, nasty, just
Mm.
nasty. So, what are your thoughts about this track?
I love this song. I
Yeah.
absolutely love this song. It's so much fun. You
Hmm.
can tell from the beginning, it's going to build into something really, really fun. Yeah.
Yes. The piano. Dun, 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 dun,
Yes.
dun, dun, dun. I'm like, oh my gosh, where is this? It's going somewhere. Like
Yeah.
it was it was a great piano house track. And I think it was one of the like only complimentary tracks to the Four Wall song that we heard in the beginning. I mean, this is the only song that really matched that same kind of house vibe without copying it too much and standing alone as an awesome track. Like I
Yeah.
mean, layers of harmonies, amazing. Like, oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Like it was
I
just
also
perfect.
just
Yeah.
all of them sound so good. Like their delivery of the
Yes.
verses, all of them sound
Mhm.
the tones that they're using are all really nice and warm.
Yes. Yes.
And they just sit
Yes.
really well in their voices. Yeah, it's
Amber
great song.
sounded great.
Mm,
Amber, like I said, no offense to Amber, but I feel like whoever was vocal producing her when they were with FX, when she was with FX, excuse me, they just they knew where her sweet spots were. She doesn't always sing like that now in her English, like her
her
American
solo
tracks, and it's
stuff,
like,
yeah.
yeah, and I really wish she would. And but honestly, I just love like the chant of, "I'm wanting you, baby.
Yes,
I'm
and then they
wanting you,
layer harmonies on
baby.
top of
I
that.
want you." Yes. Oh my God, brilliant, brilliant record, brilliant record. And London Noise, I mean, if they were the main producers on this track, that would explain like view this song. Like, wow, wow,
Yes.
impressive, completely. What is your rank on this song?
Obviously, it's a 10 out of 10. How about you?
Oh, heck yeah. It's a rude, nasty, earthquakey 10 for me. Yes, earthquake.
Track 6 on the album is Diamond. This one was done by Tayla Parx, Juicy Carvenin, and Ryan Jhun again. This is a percussive electropop song about being one of a kind.
Yes.
Yeah, do you like this one?
Yeah, this song was cool. It reminded me a little bit more of like a hard-hitting version of Milk from their Red Light album.
Yes, love that.
Only because of the prominent percussions, you know, like I just like the little in Milk. I'm definitely singing the wrong drum pattern, but I just like the percussion. It's less about chords and synths and more about just listen to this beat. It's hot, you know? I
Yeah,
like that.
this one's definitely one of the cooler songs on the track.
Yeah.
There's something kind of minimal about it, but then if you listen to it, there's all little things going on again, kind of in the background. I kind of like the contrast between like a lot of falsetto and then kind of talking, like more like talky bits, and then like regular chest voice. Like the way that they kind of layered the three together throughout the song was done really well.
I agree. Like in the beginning, it was kind of like chill, and then when Victoria's part comes in, it's a little bit more like she's singing, but it's a little bit more stronger. It sounds like not a rap, but it doesn't sound as like melodic. It's a little bit more like staccato. But I will say that for some reason I heard chewing gum.
Interesting. Well, it would be the other way around, right? The song would have come first.
For sure. And this is what gets me about SM and FX, like the whole relationship and the whole don't even get me started. Like a lot of these groups, no offense to Red Velvet, I really enjoyed them. They're a little bit more R&B, but a lot of their Red Side tracks are so just like, oh my God, FX could do this. FX would have done this. FX could have done this, you know? You know, not comparing the two. And even with like NCT's like certain tracks, like a lot of the Dream tracks, FX could have them.
Wow. Interesting.
Yeah, I think so. That's just like a little slight opinion. It doesn't have to be fact, but just when I heard it, I was like, oh my gosh, did they do this on accident? A recycled melody on accident?
Oh man. But yeah, they did perform the track a few times on music shows when they were promoting the album. And so it was good. It was a little more hard hitting.
Yes.
Which was like less smooth. Which was good to see them kind of do something a little different.
I really like the part where it goes like dun, 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 dun,
yeah.
And then everything comes in. It's still chill. And it's like, wow, yes.
And the harmony during that part is great.
Exactly. It's like all have such distinctive voices, you know? And it's like, they sound so good together.
Again,
know?
vocal production, man.
For
This
sure, for
whole
sure.
album is just amazing. So what do you rate this one?
I gave it an 8. It was fun, but it's not exactly one of my faves, honestly.
Yeah, I'll give it an 8.5. I think watching them perform it has made me like it more. Yeah.
Makes sense, makes sense. 7th song on the album is Traveler, featuring Zico. The track was actually produced by Zico as well, and by the Stereotypes, who also did Danny Kane's Damage. So it's nice to see their names on here.
Yeah.
It's a sweet, free-spirited song about running away with a lover.
Oh.
Yeah, but I will say this. This was like that docking station performance with the giant backpacks and like that cube-headed guy flashing the girls. Like,
yes.
it was weird. It was a part of that medley.
I was
but
not
it
a
was
fan
just-
of that. The cube, man. That was just that as a part of the tour was just bizarre. But I think the song is cool.
Yeah.
I think it has a really interesting production. Like it's like these like weird whoops and little like things in the back. And then like the drum of like weird drums used too. Like it's cool.
Yeah. Zico was nice on this as well. I mean, this was when he was mildly irrelevant to K-poppies. I mean, like, I forgot when he popped, but before he popped, you know, people weren't really checking for him as a producer. So his production style was kind of eccentric like this. It kind of did have like these little interesting things. Even now, you're like, oh, wow, like he's gotten a lot better. But even then, it was still like, oh, this is different. What's that? I love Luna singing during Zico's rap part. That was nice. It was just cute. It just sounds more natural. It didn't just sound like, oh, we have a feature on the album. Like
I think it was great because sometimes the feature rap can sound very like half baked. Like they kind of were just like, oh, I'm just gonna write this verse like to this. And like they don't sound like they put a lot of effort in. But this one, like each verse is different. It like really matches with what the girls are doing and the track. And so you can tell some thought was actually put into it.
Right. Not
so
just
I
like, give me
appreciate
10K. Yeah, sure.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. So how did you rate the song? Because
I will give it an 8. It's not my favorite on the album, but actually listening to it again these past few times, I actually like it more than I remembered. So yeah, I'm going with an 8.
Okay, interesting. I actually gave it a 7.5. The song was okay for me. It gave me a really nice, cool 80s vibe. But it didn't do much for me, honestly.
All right.
Love you, Zico. Sorry.
All right, moving on to the 8th track on the album, which is Papi. This one was done by KENZIE, London Noise, Sean, and Yiva Dimberg. And this is an electronic, sassy production about
being that bitch.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Do you like this one?
Yes, I love this one. This one is like, I was driving in my car and I was like, you know, like,
oh, good. That's safe.
Oh, wait, hang on. Don't Papi and drive, folks. Don't Papi and drive. Okay.
Yeah. This song is fun. It's a little chaotic. Like there's a lot going on in it, but it's kind of what we want from eFX is like kind of the weirdness, right? So yeah, I'll take it.
I liked it. This was like BOSSCEO level of video game for the Four Walls album. Like this sounds like a video game, but it was like, this is the boss level right here, and we are the boss. Like it was inspired by some Latin and some EDM tracks. So that's kind of why the Papi thing was in there, I think. But
yeah, that word is not used the way you'd think it would be in this song.
Yeah, because when they say I kind of like it, and I was like, okay, Papi. But then you look at the lyrics, and it's like, I'm that one. I don't need you. Like I'm fine. This track was very unpredictable, though. The second verse into the second chorus threw me off because it didn't sound like a verse. I thought it was like a post chorus thing. Yeah. But you know, the song, there is a song that kind of follows that similar structure now, and it's Weki Meki's Cool, where you listen to it and you're like, is this a post chorus? No, it's the second verse. So I kind of like it, but I never knew when this song was going to end. So that was kind of like my like negative point. But do you like the song or no?
I don't know. It's one of like I think it's one of those where I like parts of it and don't
Right.
like other parts of it. Like I find the chanty
Oh.
chorus, I can't tell if I find it fun or if I find it annoying.
Oh,
Like
really?
I feel like it just depends on the mood I'm in, maybe.
All right.
But I have to say, Amber's rap is actually very good in this song.
Yeah.
You know,
She
we were
didn't sound
saying earlier
awkward.
it's sometimes hit or miss, but her delivery is really good in this one.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
Yeah.
She's like, top 10 honeys trying to phone me. And I was like, where the honeys
Yay.
at? Very confident. I like this. I always
Yeah.
ask, where the honeys at? Where the honeys at? So this song was for me. And I like the chorus. It's very like rave bay, like, Papi, la da,
Uh-huh.
like, so it has that kind of energy. And
Uh-huh.
in the bridge, there's a guitar that kind of shreds through. It is like,
Ooh.
I can't describe the sound right now in my mind, but it just goes and it keep kind of going through the Papi, and I'm like, oh
Mm.
yeah, but again, I'm not in love with the Poppy stuff, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so I'll give this one a 7.5 because I'm just
Okay.
like confused by it. Yeah.
I don't know
How
how
about
to
you?
feel. Actually, I gave the song an 8.5. The Poppy thing I didn't like. So up next is the last EDM track on the album, number 9's "Cash Me Out."
Mhm.
It's written by KENZIE and Mark Peltzer from the band Magic, who's known for the song Rude, and some other songwriter. But this song is a trendy, exhilarating song about love being more than the riches of the world.
Mhm.
So, yeah, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, well, interesting fact about this one
Mm.
is back in 2013 when FX went to the US for South by,
Ah,
they did rehearse a routine to this song with Sulli. And I guess
mm,
it was going to be a single and it just never happened.
yikes.
Interesting. But yeah,
Yikes.
this one's fun. Like it has a good buildup and
Yeah.
I don't know, it has some fun, weird synths and stuff in it. What do you think?
I like this song, but it's a little disappointing because in typical SM fashion,
Mhm.
treating FX like the middle child, giving them hand-me-downs, this song is a cover of Zara Larson's song of
Uh,
the same name. Like they did it with Hot Summer. There was a group called Monroe's that did Hot Summer first. They gave it to FX. Here you go. Even Pinocchio, the
mhm.
Danger song,
Yeah.
was done by someone else. And it's like, of course, they're great songs when FX did it, but you don't have to keep recycling tracks and then giving it to these girls. Like they're talented enough to carry it, but it's just a little like, oh, come on, come on.
My thing with cover versions is if you're gonna do a better version than the
Hmm.
original, or at least something different with it,
Yeah,
then I'm okay with it. So in
true.
most of these cases, I love FX's version of these songs, so I'm
Hmm.
okay with it.
Right, right.
I can see why you don't love that, but yeah, all right,
It just came up to be like a little bit of an issue. Like, oh my God, they copied, but it's not really fair to them. It just
yeah.
kind of like sullied their, for lack of a better word, it kind of just like ruined their like, oh, it's a good song, but that's not
I
fair,
see.
you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
Yeah. But I did like the song. Like it gave me like straight up festival EDC vibes, and it's a more fun version, like more brighter version than Catch Me If You Can by
Oh,
SNSD.
yes.
So I liked it. I liked
Yeah,
it
I do have to say
though.
the only thing Luna gets very shrill in that pre-chorus. That is a high
Oh,
note they're getting her to belt.
oh no, yeah.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah. Too high.
little shrill.
Hmm.
And yeah, I think that the big switch up for Amber's Bridge is kind of unexpected and
All
fun.
that dubstep thing. It's
Yeah,
newest. They're quaking in their boots. Oh
yes.
yeah.
When are they get they should bring back another EDM breakdown or a dubstep breakdown for their
That
next
should be
single.
in the same key of the song, please. Freaking ridiculous how they get away with that. I'll never know.
Oh God. Oh man. All right. Well, what do you rate this one?
I'll give it an 8. I was going to give it a little bit higher, but that dubstep, I can't. And then I just can't.
Yeah, I'll give it an 8 also. It's fun. It's yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
The last song, the big finisher of this album, is When I'm Alone. This song was composed by Carly Rae Jepsen, Bonnie McKee, and a bunch of other people that don't really matter, because the song is about an ethereal 80s midnight fantasy
with yourself.
with yourself. Yes. So, but yes, this song is it was a little unexpected because when I hear When I'm Alone, um, I was thinking like, oh wow, this is like a ballad for them. Like, it sounds really emotional. But
Sentimental.
yeah, really sentimental. But Chris found out some very interesting information. Care to share?
Yeah, so Carly Rae Jepsen had written this song originally for herself. And she was laughing about it in some interview because it's actually about masturbation. And she was laughing that it was sold to like an Asian girl group. And she was like, well, they know what this is about. So
yeah,
they probably do know what it's about.
For sure. I mean, there is literally a lyric that says, "The wind touches my lips." Which one, sis? Which one? It's the window being open for the
Both.
lover. ¿Por qué no los dos? Why not the two?
All right. Anyway,
Yeah.
it's a very nice finish to the album.
Mhm.
I like the song. It's very
Yeah.
Carly.
Yes, yes. I mean, it was supposed to be on the Emotion album, so that would
Mhm.
explain like the 80s-esque sound.
Mhm.
But it was a great finish without sounding like the ending track. Like, how some K-pop songs, oh, y'all put this on here because y'all want to sing this at the last song at the concert, Like this one was really like, oh, sweet.
Yeah, the
Sweet.
melody is great. The melody of the chorus is really good. I do find it interesting because there is some kind of like an element of like darkness, a haunting to it.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's really interesting.
Yeah,
Now
I
we know what it's
agree.
about, though, I guess.
That would explain it. But no, the atoms are... Yeah, I was like, oh, I like these notes here. They're not typical. They're just like, I can't think of like what it is in music right now, but not a dissonant note, but it's just like, na, 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 na. I was like, oh yes. It's like the drums before the chorus are very like, I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Like, dun-dun, 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 dun-dun.
You can feel what coming in the air tonight? All right.
Come on now.
Anyway, all
Yeah.
right. I give this one a 9. How about you?
Heck yes. Gave it a 10 actually. So
Ooh.
yeah, I love it. I love the song. Now we are at the cut it or keep it part of our review. So
Yes.
what do you choose to cut?
Oh, okay. I actually love this album as a whole. But I'm gonna have to cut. Okay, I think I have to cut ́ɛks.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
I actually like ́ɛks, but I think out of everything, listening to the album a few times these past few days, I think that's the one that I could do without, and it doesn't take that much away from the project as a whole. Yeah.
It is the weaker one. I see what you mean.
Yeah. How about you?
Honestly, I see what you're saying, but if I had to cut something, I think it would be Traveler. I feel like it was just it was cute because it was Zico and everything like that, but even watching it performed, it was like, meh.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
All right. So what do you keep?
All of it can stay. All of it can stay. But a song that really grew on me, like just for the whole soundscape of the album, and even comparing their older album tracks, I think When I'm Alone was really good. So I think it was one of those songs where I'm just like, wow, I wasn't expecting this from them. So I would definitely keep When I'm Alone. I think it deserves some place in their catalog. What about you?
Okay. I mean, it has to be Four Walls. Like, it's
yeah.
still one of my favorite K-pop songs of all time. Like, I'm not bored of it. And I'm very sure I've listened to it thousands of times at this point.
Yeah.
So yeah, it will remain one of my favorite songs ever, I think.
Yeah,
so
without a doubt. That's staying on the album.
Yeah, I have to do Four Walls, always.
For sure.
All right, so what are your overall thoughts of the album?
My overall thoughts was that this was good. I mean, it was a great. I don't think they were anticipating it being the last album of theirs, but for it to be their last album together, not a bad job. I'm proud of them for being able to do this and kind of stay on brand with their sound, but also develop a more mature sound. So I'm happy for them, but it's a little unfortunate that their career ended the way it did. Yeah, but
Yeah, if this is the last album we get from them, I'm fine with that. It's
right.
really, really good. Like,
Mhm.
it's very cohesive and it's so authentic to their brand and the sound that they had established throughout the years.
Right.
And yeah, all four of them sound so good. Again, like, and all four of them sing together too, like on
Yeah.
top of each other, with each other, over each other. Um,
Yes.
and that's what we want in a girl group, you know, and that seems to
Mhm.
be lacking a lot in K-pop in general, I think.
Yes.
So what's your final ranking for the whole album?
I'll give this song, this album, sorry. I'll give this album, uh, I think I'll give it a 9. It's not the perfect album just because of certain like hit or miss songs. Only like two I didn't really
Mhm.
like, but mostly one. But but compared to like the Pink Tape and
Red
Red
Light.
Light, it's just it's for this to be the last album, it's like it came a little too late. But yeah.
Mm,
What is your score?
yeah, I'll match you. I'll do a 9 as well. It is a great pop album.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, for sure. No
All
one's
right, so
touching
what do you hope is
them.
next for FX? I know that they're not technically together. Like, they are, none of them are signed to SM Entertainment. Who
Right.
knows if they can even use the name at this point? But what do you hope is next for the members?
Sheesh, you're right. Oh my gosh. Well, I mean, I know Luna is finished and she's doing her own little thing, so I'm expecting an album from her very soon. She is, without a doubt, my favorite member now. I mean, she's the most consistent,
Mm,
vocally, danceability wise. I even watched her drama. Like, I really like her. Krystal finally has been released from the dungeon. Um,
yes,
I'm
she's joined an
sensing
acting
dramas. Yeah,
agency.
exactly,
Mhm,
dramas for her.
mhm.
Um, Amber doing the same old. Victoria, she's already kind of been doing her own thing. I mean, when the girls got back together, it was just Luna, Krystal, and Amber.
Ah,
So
yeah.
yeah. So, what about you?
Yeah, I'm excited to hear what Luna does for
Mm,
sure.
yeah,
Amber, I'm not a huge fan of her solo material,
me
but
neither.
I support her as a person. So,
Right,
you know,
right.
I hope she keeps releasing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I do hope they figure out a way to reunite at some point.
Yeah, or just
Um,
feature with each other. Just you don't have to even. Oh, goodness.
yeah. I mean,
But
you know,
yeah,
Jessica mentioned that Krystal may star, you know, in her Netflix adaptation of her book. So if they can get the other three to just cameo in there, that'd be great.
that would be great. But we'll talk about this all. We'll talk about it. This has been the album C view of FX album Four Walls. How are you celebrating the 5th anniversary of this album? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe to get more reviews from us. Until next time, that's Chris.
That's Shan.
And we are CCTV. See you next time.
Bye.